Hello everyone, this evening we are at Dubai International Cricket Stadium. You join us for this T20 between the Hyderabad Phoenix and the Delhi Demons. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me for this exciting contest is Mel Jones, Ali Mitchell, Ian Healy and the Silver Fox himself, David Gower.
Well, thanks others for such a glowing introduction. I had an opportunity earlier to get down and check out the conditions for the day, and it's a very batter-friendly pitch. There's not going to be much for the bowlers. Something that shouldn't cause any problems is the weather. Absolutely stunning out there. Perfect for cricket, not a cloud in the sky, and no threat of rain anytime soon.
Great information there from David Gower. Captains are ready for the toss. Let's join them in the middle.
Well, the captain must think there's a little bit of life to squeeze out of this pitch. Personally, I'd have been getting the pads on rather than fielding.
Right, so we're ready to get underway. Always something special about that first delivery. It can really set the tone for the match. The umpire signals that we're ready to go. First ball of the innings about to be bowled. Straight to the fielder.
Lovely shot to start the innings. Unfortunate they just couldn't find a gap.
Yes! Nice shot.
Tried to take the pace off by rolling the fingers across the seam. It's a great shot. Didn't take a lot of effort to get it away.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Right. Yep.
There'll be runs here. There'll be one run here for them.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board.
Wait.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Waiting.
A little late on that. No run scored.
End of the over, 5 off it. The Capitals are 5 for none. Going with spin now. Back go the stumps, missed the straight ball.
It's the wicket they so desperately wanted. They've removed a real threat before they could get going.
Marsh is new to the crease. They'll be keen to field bat on ball early on.
Good return, back from the deep. And with that, they're off the mark. Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Right off the middle of the bat.
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. The end of a tidy over. Batting doesn't seem to be easy out there at the moment. Good pressure building.
Yes.
Chance. Huge nick, but no one to catch it.
Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller, and they've been put away.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Yes.
They'd look for a couple here.
It just looks so easy. Gets onto the front foot and eases through the ball. They can just stand and admire that shot.
Waiting.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Wait.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
Misses everything.
That was a slower delivery. Played too early and straight through to the keeper.
Big edge.
Just threw the shot too early.
End of the over. 8 off it. The Capitals are 21 for 1. Drives and misses everything.
Well, look how close that was to off stump. The timing on the shot was poor. Really didn't even get close to the ball. Very lucky to get away with that. Marsh shakes their head. He was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
It mightn't get to the boundary. Should at least get a couple.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
Lovely shot. Gets on the drive, just powers that over the boundary. Wonderful timing.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right.
Right there.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Just threw the shot too early.
Waiting.
That's the over. The Capitals are 30 for 1.
Wait.
Short and wide. Did well to get some bat on that.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Yes.
Chance to run 2.
Keeper.
Finds the fielder with that shot. Gets onto the back foot quickly, and that's just flown.
Didn't time it at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
End of the over. 7 runs coming from it. The Capitals are 37 for 1. Confident appeal. Could it be?
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Yep.
Struck it nicely. Could go to the boundary.
Got their weight forward, their head was right, and punched nicely through the ball.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Wait.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Yep. Yes.
Absolutely nailed it.
Wow! Power off the front foot, goes all the way.
We've reached the end of the fielding restrictions. There'll be changes to the field, I imagine. The captain now has 3 more fielders to work with outside the circle. Misjudged that and takes a hit on the body. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
Yep. Yep.
Caught. What a position to set there. A brilliant catch.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. The runs were really starting to flow.
Yeah, mate.
Really good shot there.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
The captain's going to change things around in the field.
Just about timed that perfectly.
Everything was right about it. The footwork to get back and then the bat coming through the ball. Beautifully. A few moves made in the field.
Yes.
Can't get that outside the ring field. A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
Wait.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
10 runs added in that over. The Capitals are 58 for 2.
Yep.
Decisive running might have got them to. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Right there. Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible. Comfortable single if they take it.
Not a smart decision, you feel, not to run there. Mustn't have a lot of faith in their partner, if you ask me.
Right on. Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Yep.
They'll get at least one. Over. The Capitals are 65 for 2. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the scoreboard end.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find the gap.
Right.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
That is a masterclass of batting. Reads the length, gets forward and dispatches that to the boundary.
Yep.
What a beautiful shot that was. They've been sweating on the loose ball and picked this one up early and glanced it down to fine leg.
End of the over, 6 off it. The Capitals are 71 for 2. Jansen, the left-arm pace bowler, is coming on to bowl from the bridge end.
Yep.
Great shot, at least one on offer.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Wait. Yep, yep. Right. Yes.
Power and precision in that shot.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Capitals are 77 for 2.
Yep.
4 runs, square of the wicket. Excellent shot.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Yeah, mate.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that. Floated that one up, hit well, but couldn't beat the field.
Yes.
A direct hit, and this could be gone.
Good running, it needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep. Yeah, mate.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
End of the over. 11 runs coming from it. The Capitals are 88 for 2. Jansen from the bridge end.
Yep.
Too good. Not sure anyone is going to cut that off.
Well, that was a poor delivery. You can't bowl there, and it got what it deserved.
Right there. Waiting. Wait.
Maybe they didn't pick that up very late on the shot.
Yes.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running.
Saw that early. No one's catching that. Great shot.
Haha, takes on the bowler, takes them downtown, hits it hard off the front foot and almost 6.
9 runs added in that over. The Capitals are 97 for 2.
Yes.
There'll be runs here. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Yep.
Perfect technique and placement.
A really good 50 partnership. These two are looking strong. And it's going to take something special to break it up.
Straight to the fielder.
Right in the slot. Probably hit it too hard. Crunched it straight to the fielder.
Waiting. Wait on.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot.
Yep, yep.
6 runs added in the over. The Capitals are 103 for 2. Huge edge. Strong appeal. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting. Beaten on the drive.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep.
Yep.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Just pivoted onto the back foot, so easily done to knock it behind square.
Yep.
Top class innings, been playing very nicely out there, and that brings up the half century.
Bowl chops it back onto the stumps. You can see the disappointment.
So that's the third wicket down. Not a happy person walking off the field. There's a real feeling of disappointment.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on. Bowled him! Beauty! Absolute beauty!
It's another wicket, the fourth. Sometimes you just have to accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle. They will be looking for another quick wicket.
Nice way to get off the mark.
Khan ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps. Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Not wasting any time, they're off the mark straight away.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
A couple on offer here.
It's easy runs there at this level when you stray a little down the leg side. Tucked it nicely off the pads for more runs. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
An inexpensive over ends and a wicket coming from it.
Wait there.
Brilliant diving stop.
Good shot for no runs. Quick to get on the back foot, but just cracked it to the fielder.
Waiting.
Lovely timing. Will this one go to the fence?
Good return there, back from the deep.
Well placed. Should get a single. Needs a direct hit.
Wait there.
Doesn't beat the infield. Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters. Sharma, the left armour, is the new bowler from the scoreboard end.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope, punched that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot, driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
Thick edge. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. You've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yep.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
Down the wicket, misses.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over. The left-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the bridge end.
Patel will be frustrated with that shot. The ball was there to hit, but couldn't find the gap.
Too full, got what it deserved.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there's no point in chasing that.
Right there.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Just threw the shot too early. Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Bowler's in.
Probably should have gotten back for a second there. Need to push a bit harder on that first one.
Yep.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
8 runs added in that over. The Capitals are 144 for 4. Caught. One of the easiest catches you'll see.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket. Gone! Another one goes. 2 wickets in 2 balls, and they're on a roll now.
Just managed to clasp their hands around that one. Disappointment for the batter, joy for the bowler. Another wicket down, this one without scoring.
Confident appeal. Could it be? The keeper seems convinced this is out. Could be worthwhile sending it to the third umpire.
How close is that? Could be the wicket. Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. Impact outside the line. Easy decision for the third umpire. Going on to miss everything, and a valuable review is lost.
It wasn't a great decision to start with. Not surprised to see the umpire's decision stand.
Yep.
Big edge.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Massive edge. Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Plenty of wickets in hand coming into the final over. May as well go for broke. They'll get at least one.
It was slightly shorter, but it was seen early. Got onto the back foot quickly. Just pushed it away behind square.
Yep.
Nicely played.
That was a beautiful shot. Rocks onto the back foot, stabs the ball away. The fielders had no chance. It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Great shot. Great timing.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Very sweet off the bat, and 4 all the way.
Just need one of the cameramen to send that one back. A little bit of width, but clinically put away.
The innings wraps up with a very defendable total. It will need some good bowling. It certainly won't be the easiest total to chase. There's a lot of time to get these runs. It's a fairly decent total. Plenty of options. Don't need to do anything flashy. Just get themselves in and build the run rate. Misses everything.
That's a much better directed short ball. Didn't quite manage to get the bat in position. It's through to the keeper. That's the one bouncer for the over.
Yep.
Nice timing, good batting. Won't get to the boundary.
Bowler's end.
Sharma gets off the mark.
Perfectly timed.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
Bowlers.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yep.
Drives and misses everything.
Confusion written on the batters' faces. A mix-up that almost led to a run-out.
Yep.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Bowler's
10 runs added in that over. The Sunrisers are 10 for none. A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Yep. That was a tremendous delivery, fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Yeah.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Good throw from the deep, on target. And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yeah.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Yeah. No.
Comfortable single if they take it.
Well, they decided against the run. Not sure why, if I'm being honest. They'd have made it very comfortably.
Yep.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
A bit of a mix-up. They'll need to improve their communication.
End of the over. The Sunrisers are 17 for none. Sharma from the scoreboard end.
Yep.
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch.
Is that a game changer? A real pillar in the batting order has been removed early on.
With the fall of that wicket, we have a new batter at the crease. Markram will be looking to make a strong start to their innings.
Yep.
Cuts that off well in the infield.
That shot sees them get their innings started.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Keepers.
Bad decision making. Thrown it to the wrong end and let the chance go begging.
Yeah.
There'll be runs here.
Yep.
Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Pushed onto the front foot and presented the full face of the bat.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Waiting.
9 runs added in that over. The Sunrisers are 26 for 1.
Hit that well off the back foot, but couldn't beat the field.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Yes. Keep up.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Just a little bit wide, well picked up. And let the ball do all the work really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Yep.
Beaten on the drive.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the keeper felt a bit hard done by there. In the end, it'll just go down as byes.
right out of the middle of the bat.
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
Waiting. Yep. No!
A little bit of confusion out in the middle, but they've got back quickly. No harm done. Both batters survive.
Great shot.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
Warner, I don't think will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
A brilliant throw-in from the deep caps off what was a fabulous piece of fielding. Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Yes.
End of the over. 11 runs coming from it. The Sunrisers are 49 for 1. The left-arm unorthodox bowler is coming into the attack from the bridge end.
That was good, patient batting. Just waited for it and guided it easily down to third.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Keeper.
A couple on offer here.
It was just a little bit wide, well picked up and guided nicely down towards third.
Straight to the fielder.
They make it back, but that was much closer than it needed to be.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
The third was there, they would have made it easily. They've instead opted to play it safe. Maybe a little too safe.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Decided against the second way too late. I think they would have been well short if they'd continued on.
Well placed, should get a single.
Good precision with a throw back from the deep. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
9 runs added there. The Sunrisers are 58 for 1. The Capitals can now have 5 fielders outside the circle.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap. Well, they were moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
What great reactions. Brilliant catch close in.
Well, the end of a productive innings. It didn't quite ignite into the fireworks as we would have hoped, but still, solid work.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
5 runs added there. The Sunrisers are 63 for 2. Marsh coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some trouble.
That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant and that has stayed hit. Fantastic.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you've just got to accept it and move on.
Yep.
Doesn't beat the infield. A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps.
Oh, that's a spot. Go!
Well, the communication's not great between these two. There's a lot of hesitation in their calls. On that occasion, looking for a second. In the end, a good decision not to go through with it.
Yep.
Good return there, back from the deep.
Yeah.
This should be close.
No.
Well taken. Had a lot of work to do and held on to a great catch.
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled. And again, see you later, 2 wickets on the trot.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball.
They make it back, but that was much closer than it needed to be. Pierced the gap and gets their first runs.
Yep.
onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope. Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Over. The Sunrisers are 83 for 4.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Yep. No ball.
A little late on that. No run scored.
Yep.
Misjudged that throw, and the batters survive what would have been a certain run out.
Yep. Yeah, bowler. Yep, yep.
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
Yep.
Needs a direct hit. End of the over. 7 off it. The Sunrisers are 90 for 4. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
Yep. Bowler. Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Keeper. Yep.
Decisive running might have gotten two. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yep. Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible.
They make it home, but there should never have been the chance for a run out in the first place.
Yep, yep.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
That's the over. The Sunrisers are 99 for 4. Patel into the attack now from the bridge end.
Waiting.
Caught, gone.
Starting to get interesting now. That's the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
Yep.
Couldn't get it through the field.
No waiting around. Off the mark straight away.
Yep, yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Yep.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running. No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find a gap.
Wait.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. 4 runs added in the over. The Sunrisers are 103 at 5. The right armour is coming into the attack from the scoreboard end. They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Keepers.
Well, there was a split second to decide which end to throw to. In the end, it was a poor choice.
Yep, yep. Keepers.
Couldn't have played that any better.
Keepers in. Yup. Keepers in. Yep.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yup.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Ballers in.
A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers. Patel from the bridge end.
Yep, yep.
There'll be runs here.
Keeper. Yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Keeper ball.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yes.
Really good shot there.
Keepers in. Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Keepers.
Just a little bit wide. Well picked up. And let the ball do all the work, really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Wait.
Cuts that off well in the infield. End of the over, 8 off it. The Sunrisers are 123 for 5.
Yep. No!
There's a run here, surely.
They decided against the run. Not sure why, if I'm being honest. They would have made it comfortably.
That's mistimed. It's gone high. Should be gone. That's out. Caught.
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant scoring. It was a very entertaining performance, but they have to head back to the pavilion.
Misses everything.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A good start, but that's all they've managed. They did the hard work and threw it away in the end.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Not wasting any time, they're off the mark straight away. Misjudged that throw, and the batter survived what would have been a certain run out. Nice way to get off the mark.
Beaten on the drive.
Tried to get the drive away, but timed it poorly and lucky not to chip it straight to the fielder.
End of the over, 3 runs coming from it. The Sunrisers are 126 for 7.
Yep.
There'll be 1 run here. here for them. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single. There's a chance if this hits.
Bad decision making, thrown it to the wrong end and let the chance go begging. Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Well, they were moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
Yep.
Eight runs added there. The Sunrisers are 134 for 7. Gone, played all around it.
Another one, 8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
Yeah.
Good shot, it's found the gap.
Bowler's end.
If that had been thrown to the other end, I think you'd be looking at another wicket for sure. And with that, they're off the mark.
Yep.
Just need to settle down. The timing's off. These deliveries are there to be hit. Time for cool heads.
Yeah.
Not the ideal way of handling that ball. Big appeal. Out. What a catch.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Malik gets off the mark.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Sunrisers are 140 for 9. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the bridge end.
Yep. Keep out.
That was good, patient batting. Just waited for it and guided it easily down to third.
Drives and misses everything.
It was the right shot in the end, but didn't get the timing right to get it away.
Yep. No, no, no.
It was just a little bit wide, well picked up and guided nicely down towards third.
Yep.
Times it nicely.
Yep.
Straight to the fielder.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Yeah.
Just need to settle down. The ball is there to hit. They're trying too hard, I think, to really smash it, rather than just time it.
Yeah.
They'd look for a couple here.
Keepers end.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
They'll get at least one. Could be close.
Misjudged that throw, and the batters survive what would have been a certain run out. Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field.
Yep.
Well, the communication's not great between these two. There's a lot of hesitation in their calls. On that occasion, looking for a second. In the end, a good decision not to go through with it.
Yep. No.
Massive edge. A couple on offer here. 7 runs added in that over. The Sunrisers are 155 for 9.
Yep.
Poor fielding. Chose the wrong end entirely for what should have been a simple run out.
Yeah.
I'd say it was the right shot to choose, but it was just timed badly. Just couldn't get the drive away.
Yep.
Decisive running might have gotten to. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running. Oh yes, the slow one beats the bat. Didn't pick it out the hand.
Score's now level. Just 1 run needed. Only a batting meltdown could stop victory now.
Yeah.
That was a tremendous delivery. Fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over. This could very easily have gone either way. Brilliant cricket from both sides, and it's a shame there had to be a loser.